Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Yay, it's Friday. It's so excited. It's Friday. And yesterday we couldn't be on the air. It was great that I put on my Facebook, the Cindy Cochran Show Facebook. That's who you're listening to right now, is Cindy Cochran Show. Is I put on there, weather permitting. That was so. I mean, how did I know? Well, they kept saying it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, but it came down so hard yesterday morning. Richard was trying to get in here and had to turn around. And so I got to go. I was halfway here, and I was telling Richard I was going to be late. He said, I'm not going to be there at all. I'm turning around. I can't get through here. So yesterday was Samuel's, my grandson's. It was his their road trip, their school trip. This is their trip. This is the last one they're going to have, and they've been putting it off because of weather. And then it rains like that, and I thought, I bet they don't even get to do it today. But I had Cindy, my granddaughter, with me, and we were going to go to where their school trip was, which was Incredible Pizza. So we thought, well, let's just go and see. And we got there, and 2 buses were there, and they had all the 5th graders from Parmley, and I think there was another school that was there. It was amazing. We had so much fun. They had so much fun being inside while it rained outside. Like, it was terrible. And they enjoyed it so much. But if you're going to go to Incredible Pizza, make sure you get that second job beforehand and you're ready to spend the money. Samuel said, they're only going to give us a $5 ticket. I need more than that. Can you please give me some more money? And so I had a 20, and I went, okay, but you don't have to spend all this, just $10, because you may have to be leaving early or something. So don't buy one of those tickets, one of those cards, and then we can't do anything with it. So when Cindy and I got there, he had been there about 30 minutes, and he came up to me, and all his friends come out of the laser tag thing. And I go, you did laser tag? He says, yes, and I paid for all of theirs. And I went, Samuel, he says, it's okay. It was great. It made me a hero with everybody. And I said, I bet it did. Now where are they? He says, they're going to go down there and see if somebody else has more money on their card. So these guys are going extorting money from the cards and kids. But he didn't care. He says, I was glad I did it. And then they all grouped together and put all their tickets together. And then they divided up how much each one could have of the tickets. And then they got stuff. But man, he was ready to get more money. I need 20 more. That's all I need is 20 more. That's all I'll ever need. And I was going like, no way, you spend it. And I'm so glad you're so generous. That's so sweet of you. But you have to pay the consequences for that. If they're not consequences, you love doing it. It's okay. Everything's fine. And so then I gave Cindy $10 ticket cards. She goes out and comes back. It seems like within 5 minutes she's back, and she goes, I don't have anything left on these cards. And I said, why not? She says, I kept bowling, and these tickets kept coming out, and I'm thinking, I'm getting more tickets doing this. So I pulled, the tickets came out, and these girls came up and took all my tickets and only left me with 3. And I said, what girls? Oh boy, that just raises the hair on the back of my head. So I said, you show me which girls they are. She says, I can't remember what they look like, but they took all my tickets. And I don't have any tickets. Can I have some more money? I said, no, you should have protected your tickets better. And but boy, if I'd have found those girls, it'd have been over. But I'm going to tell you something. If you haven't been to Incredible Pizza in a while, they've expanded their menu. Now before, just they had the pizza, then they expanded it to pasta, and then they had these soups, this, great salad bar, and it's good. I mean, it's actually good. And then they had ribs yesterday. How in the world did I ever think that I'd go to Incredible Pizza and get the best ribs I've had? Just falling off the ribs, great flavor of the barbecue sauce. It was amazing to me. And then they have that room where you can go in and watch all the 50s and 60s, TV shows, and Dick Van Dyke, I Love Lucy. It's just, so I'm in heaven. I'm absolutely in heaven. And the kids are out of money, keep coming back and saying, "Are you sure I can't get it?" No. So finally they call them all to eat. So all these 5th graders come. And I've been warning people as they go up there, you better hurry and get your stuff now, because there's a load of 2 schools of 5th graders going to be here getting their stuff. And so they packed that gym that's in the Incredible Pizza with all the kids. and it was loud as it could absolutely be. And I'd go in there and say, "Are y'all doing okay? Yeah, we're doing fine. Grandma's great. That's always fun. Great. 2 thumbs up, and then I'd walk back into the quiet 50, 60 TV room with my ribs and all the food that's so good there. So we all had a good time. It was fun. But when I came back, man, the street, the Shepherd was just flooded. Calvary was flooded. It was actually flooded, and the water was rushing so fast, and so you have to turn around and go another way to get into our street. It was bad, and of course the rivers that come up, the creeks that come up all over your property, it's just amazing. But then all of a sudden, the sun breaks through. The clouds open up. These dark clouds open up, and it's like you're looking through a cave, and you're seeing this bright, sunny and white clouds behind all the storm clouds, and it was beautiful. I saw a rainbow. I saw signs of hope. But today it's very overcast, and it's supposed to start raining again this afternoon. And they're letting all the kids out early today, so I hope I can get them before the storm starts and get into the movie theater to see X-Men or Ninja Turtles. We haven't decided yet, so I'm interested to see that, but I'm more interested that the popcorn's fresh and the butter's good. Okay, so that's how that happened. But I told you guys that because I'm always totally transparent that I got a ticket taking the kids to school day before yesterday, and I was going in the 20 mile hour thing right in front of the school, and I look over, and then I see this policeman sitting right across the school in this little indentation where you couldn't see her very well, but I was speeding, so I got pulled over and made the kids really late, and she said, look, I hate to have to do this, but I've got to give you a ticket. I mean, if you're speeding in a school zone, you get the ticket. I can't give you a warning or anything like that. And I said, no, I deserve it. I appreciate what you do, and thank you very much, and I'm so sorry. All my fault. I'm so sorry. And she said, well, she felt it was a good attitude. And I saw her at school the other day, and I went over to thank her for giving me the ticket. She said, never had me thank me this many times. Okay, you got it. It's okay. And so I've got to look forward to going to the driver's school, and I hope I get the ticket dismissed. But this morning, I'm driving down a road, and it's 45 miles an hour, and I just turned off of our road, so I know I couldn't have been speeding, but I passed by a sheriff's car going the opposite way, and as I passed by, he I don't know if he's waving, telling me to stop, slow down, but then he puts his lights on and turns around. Well, okay, so I think, I probably did it. I'm going to confess, 2 tickets in 2 days. Oh, my word. So I pull over, and this is just a 2-way, and then it kind of goes into ditches, so there's not any room on the side to pull over, but I pulled over as far as I could, and I kept looking back, and he had stopped where he did the initial turnaround, but I was trying to get my car over off the street, but he stopped there. He pulled the lights off, the lights quit going around, and all these cars are backing up behind him. And so I think, what do I do? And I just kept sitting there, and he never moved. So there was a driveway off the street a little ahead, so I went up to that. I thought maybe he wants me to get somewhere safer, so I went up to that driveway and pulled in, and he's still sitting back there. And I go well, this is ridiculous. What does he do? I don't get this. I don't want to back up. You don't back up. No, can't do that. So I start out and I start going. And if he puts on his lights and says I was trying to make a run for it, okay. But anyway, so I get out on the street and I'm watching in the rearview mirror, and the truck that had stopped behind him pulls out and starts to go around him to get to the street. And he puts his lights on and stops him. He went after him and stopped him because you don't pass on this road. I don't get it. I don't know. It was, the kids are saying, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Keep going. Just keep going. We're okay. We're okay. And so we went, and that guy got stopped. That was the weirdest thing. Why would you try and pass the cop that's stopped there? You need to wait to see what he's doing. I thought maybe there was flooding ahead or something that was going on. He was trying to warn people, but I don't get it. I don't know. Shouldn't question it, right? Just let it go. Just let it go. It's all right. And I was saved. And so, anyway, you guys have been so blessed yourself because I've had. It's been weird. Like Monday, it was a holiday. We weren't here. Tuesday, we're here. Wednesday, we were here. And then you guys, yesterday couldn't come in. So today, I get to talk about politics. Yes, I'm giving you a warning, everybody, a warning. If you need to go away for just a couple of minutes, then come back and listen to some of the funniest things that have happened in politics yesterday. I will be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away because there's so much more to say.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, and we are looking for talk show hosts and volunteer DJs for our music shows. Are you interested in having your own talk show on Lone Star, or have you always wanted to live out your dreams of being a music DJ? With the addition of Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 and video aspects of our talk shows, we are needing people to grow with us. If you or someone you know might be interested, please contact us online at irlonestar.com/contact us or call the station at 936-647-5747 for more information.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, we are. It is Friday. Yes, it's Friday. And so now you can stay home and just listen to the rain instead of be out in it. And just try and find activities that are inside. That's all you need to do. You never know if when you leave the door open, who's going to wander in. And, oh, my word, by the way, this is a great person to wander in because I haven't seen him in so long. Jerrod Sterret. Yay! See, if we had, an audience, they'd be screaming and yelling and all that stuff. And so I'm so happy to have Jerrod Sterret. He's one of the premier country singers here in the area. And see, I didn't say country western because Michael Player had to teach me, you don't say country western. It's country music, Cindy. Shut up. Good morning, Jerrod.
Morning, Cindy.
I know that you were so excited about me saying, hey, you want to sit in because the longer you're here, then I don't talk about politics. I'll talk about you, and then I may throw in some politics if that's okay with you.
Well, it's your show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But when somebody comes in as a guest, I always want to make sure that you're the guest. And you have your own show on Lone Star. Tell me the days and the times.
Well, my show is called Montgomery County Live, and it's recorded on Tuesday, rebroadcast on Wednesday.
Now, wait a minute. How can you call it Montgomery County Live if you're going to record it?
Because it is live, and we do
it's
do
live
it live.
when you do it. You do it live, right? That's right.
We do a live performance at Game On Sports Bar. It'll be 2 and.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we're getting to hear what it was like live at Sports Bar. Okay.
Me and 2 of my musician friends, whomever I have at the time, each episode is going to be 2 different musicians that I bring in and have a new CD or a new single out to Texas radio.
Right.
And we'll bring them in. They'll tell us the songs, the story behind the songs, and we'll cover where their career is going and where it's been.
That is so cool. I love that. I love that.
That's why it's called Montgomery County Live.
Okay.
It is a live performance that is rebroadcasted over the air.
There you go. You got it. You got it. See, I love podcasting. You listen to people, later, and I love our show being podcasted so people can, what they miss, things that they can catch up on. And then there's always binge listening. I just can't imagine how many Cindy Cochran Show bingers there are that they go on, they just have to sit and listen because they can't believe it. They just get to a point where, did she say that? Let me rewind that and see that again. So, and you can do that with me. And you can catch me on all kinds of things that I may have said wrong. But usually, Richard sits over there fact-checking me. F-A-C-T, checking me about things I say. I mean, he's just on it. Like if I say something wrong, he'll stop. So,
but you usually have your facts correct,
right? Of course I do. So he doesn't have a lot to do, and so it's pretty boring for him because he's always having to look for those things. And I said it right. I said it correctly. What I don't lie about. In fact, actually, politics today, just alone. Politics today is so strange, it's so weird that you can't make the stuff up. You can't make it up because it is just too wild and too crazy. Do you at all, Jerrod? Do you stay up with politics at all?
I really don't follow it that closely, no.
You don't?
I have a pretty good idea what's going on. I know Ben Carson pulled out of the race, so I'm disappointed.
Okay. But you know that he's on the Trump side now. And
yeah, he's endorsed Trump.
Right, and I'm trying to think what Trump should make him when he does his cabinet. I think he should make Ben Carson Surgeon General. I think
he should make him president.
Well, you think you ought to be vice president? He's so sweet. He's so great. He's so honest. I love that guy. I loved him. And I liked Carly Fiorina, but she was the only woman that was on the stage. Do you remember her? She wasn't there that long, but anyway, she went with Cruz. She decided to be Ted Cruz's. He picked her as the vice president, and then he dropped out of the race. So it was a short-lived, expectation for her. But anyway, that if you don't pay much attention to it, and I find that people your age, because you're so young, that it's hard for you to get serious about it. I mean, I didn't vote until I was 30. The first time I voted was when I was 30 years old. And so I understand not caring or not thinking that, so what? It's going to be who it is and who cares. But you need to go vote, and you need to vote for your man's endorsement.
Well, that's very important, yes. Everybody out there in Radio Land, you should go vote.
That's right. You should go vote and let the people speak. That's what kills me is that right now in politics, all the GOP, the Republicans hierarchy, is trying to find some way to suppress Trump's being the nominee. Although he's already got all the points he's supposed to have to be the nominee, they're still trying their hardest to figure out, can we bring somebody in last minute and have everybody vote for him, because they don't want Trump, so they'll vote for him, and they have got the craziest, insane ideas on not getting their way. They didn't get their way on the playground, and now they were trying to figure out some way to, I'll get you back for this. And so instead of listening to the cry of the people, and this is the people stood in those lines long hours to vote for Trump, and they want to take it away and bring somebody in that just got there or something, and I don't get it. It's crazy. So I understand why people get so put off by politics.
Well, I believe the thing is, Trump has always been active in politics before, and he's always endorsed the Democratic side.
Right.
So therefore, the Republicans don't think he's going to have their interest at heart.
Right.
He's coming in as a spoiler, just like who's my buddy? Ross Perot up there in Texarkana.
Right. I remember Ross Perot. I remember all of that for sure. And it was funny was he had it in the bag, and then he got crazy on everybody, and people went, "What?" He started saying that the Black Panthers were going to kidnap his daughter if he became, president, and that, you really do have to, if you're not in politics, you have to understand how many death threats, how many threats you're going to get all through your life as a politician. People don't like it, so that's the way they do it. And now you see at these Trump rallies, all the
knew that was going to come up. Did you see the protesters that were at the Trump rally in California?
Yes, I did. What good do you think they're doing? Except if they think, well, we'll scare off all the people that want to come to a Trump rally because they know there's going to be violence, or do you think they're hurting themselves in their little message by doing that?
I do believe they are.
See, I think
based on what I saw, there's a lot of violence and there's a lot of gang signs being thrown up at the protests.
That's right.
And it goes, well, these are the folks that Trump is trying to stop.
Yeah,
and of course they're ticked off about it.
Oh, well, yeah. But when you ask them, when you hear their interviews, it's hilarious. The interviews are hilarious with the people holding up the sign, like, I'm here because my aunt brought us down here and we're having a good time. And we're on TV. No, but they would, the stuff they would say was just, they didn't like the way he talked about the illegal immigrants, and that some of those coming over are rapists and murderers and that kind of thing. And so they're protesting him saying that. And so the reporter says, well, now, do you think it's wrong for him to say illegal people that aren't here legally, it's wrong for them? No, we should all be here. And that we are going to make California, Mexico again. We're going to have California as Mexico again. That's what they're going to do. And so then we're going to go, after we leave California, we're going over to like New York. We're talking about where they're going next to get it. So I don't know. California's always been weird to us. I mean, when we look at California, it's hard. It's really hard.
So are we going to talk about the Democratic ticket?
Now, the Democratic ticket.
Yes. Hillary is the front runner. Bernie is number 2.
Now, if he wins California, though, and they're so close, they're neck and neck. If he wins California, it's going to look so bad for her. It's just going to look bad that you can't carry California. If you can't carry these states, it doesn't look good for you. Like you're having to split this up and all these numbers up with Bernie. And then when Bernie's out of it, do you think all of Bernie's people are going to come to you and you interview them? They go, never, never Hillary, never Trump. I'm not going to vote for anybody. You know, so I don't know what they're going to do. And she did her foreign policy speech yesterday. Did you miss that? Did you miss her?
I saw some highlights of it, but no, believe me, I didn't sit there and watch the speech. No, I had no desire.
Here's what you missed. No, I was just going to say that it was a more like Trump policy, because all she did, every time she'd say anything, he's going to do this, but I'm going to do this. He's going to do this, and I'm going to do this.
That's exactly what I saw in the highlights. Where it was just a bunch of Trump bashing.
Yeah, it was like that. You should have just said, "This is what I'm going to do," and because you don't know what, in a sense, you don't know what Trump is going to do. He's never been in politics. He's never served as a senator or anything like that. And so everybody's saying, that's the point. She has all this experience. She's so experienced. How can you fight against the experience that you had? But just because you experienced, motherhood or fatherhood doesn't make you a good father or a good mother and put you up as mother of the year or anything. It is what you do with that experience.
Well, the other thing is she's already acting like she's running against Trump, and Trump hasn't won a ticket, and neither has she. Right. And you're saying, well, Bernie might carry California. It's going to make it closer.
Right. Well, see, that's what I mean is that he thinks there's a way that he's going to be able to woo the super delegates. Just, it's so crazy when you start listening to all this. See, I think before, nobody paid attention until the day that they went and voted. They voted for who they liked, and then the newscaster told them who they have, and nobody got behind the scenes or under the rock. And now we've got all that. So it makes it really scary. It's scary out there. Jerrod, I'm glad you were informed enough to see enough of this stuff to go like, do I want Hillary's finger on that, the nuke button, or do I want Trump's finger on the nuke button? And then you have to think, wow, have I got a choice here? So maybe you just close your eyes and just push and see which one. I don't know. But when this all started back when, like in last June, whenever Trump jumped into the race and everybody was laughing so hard about him, all the newscasters were saying, this is a joke. He's just trying to get.
Well, now he's the front runner. Yeah.
Now he's the one that's the presumptive nominee, and so here we are. And it has been so much fun and given me so much to talk about, Jerrod, through this time. But now that you're here, see that everybody's glad. Let Jerrod talk about what he's been doing, because I'm sick of Hillary and Trump. Tell me about who you had on the show so far.
Well, so far we've had Brian Nelson.
Yeah.
We've had Jared Johnson. We had The Windmills. And we've had Austin English. And this next week we will have... Oh, goodness. I just booked Miles Williams this morning. Uh-huh. He will be on the show.
Man.
We're going to have a new artist that just moved to Conroe. I'm not going to drop his name yet. But
okay. All right.
You'll be hearing about him in the week to come.
Okay. Well, listen, and it's being done where? Where are you doing this?
This is at Game On Sports Bar. Currently.
Game On Sports Bar, and that's located...
That is located on Fraser Street in the old Buckaloo Chevrolet building. Used to be Sonny's Sports Bar.
Oh, man. Okay, so it's right down the road there.
Yes, it is. It is the biggest venue in town that I understand. Biggest music venue in Montgomery County.
Good grief! And you're coming in.
Holds 450 people.
And who's recording the stuff for you?
Well, Dick is.
Look at Richard.
Dick is like, no, I'm not. You're doing it yourself, Jerry.
He's going to teach you how to do it so you can be there. Because Richard has a full life now. I mean, he's getting the station ready to go FM, and he also has a girlfriend named Holly.
Oh yeah, can we
know.
talk about that now?
Oh yes,
do we have a terrestrial date?
Well, no, we're going to talk about when we get back from this break. So don't go away, everybody. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and Jerrod Sterret just dropped in out of the sky and is going to talk to me for a bit. I will be right back after this. Don't go away.
The Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio.
We're starting to film our talk shows and putting them on YouTube. Your favorite Lone Star Community Radio show can be seen on YouTube under our Lone Star Community Radio channel and on City of Conroe's Our City TV channel on Suddenlink Channel 12. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the most recently released videos and find more information online at irlonestar.com/TV.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show, and I got some lovely, uplifting, just positive support type of Facebook message from Dennis, and I just like to read this. If I could read that in that voice. Some of the things I just previously said, you'll understand why he said this. He says, presidents are elected by the Electoral College, not the popular vote. Granted, but the cry of the people is strong with this one. Okay, then next he said, nobody rewinds you. We fast forward you. Very sweet. Thank you so much, Dennis. At least you're doing something that has to do with my show. Okay, that's good. The other is, like the ticket story, I had 13 accidents in 1 year when I got my driver's license at 16. Long story. I might be back when you stop talking about politics. Okay, thank you, God, for you got diverted. So I guess he's thanking God for you, Jerrod. Jerrod Sterret walked in and was going to talk to Richard, but I said, sit down. Let's see what's been going on with you. And he does have a show that's going to be coming up. And it's going to be, he's taping live shows at the Montgomery Good Sports, I don't know. What was the name of the sport? Say it again. You have to say it 3 times.
It is Game On Sports Bar in Conroe.
Game On Sports Bar. Game On Sports Bar. I would love to come by and see you. You're going to play, right? You play and your friends play with you?
Yes.
Okay.
The way this show is laid out, we'll have an hour of 2 of my guests playing, and they'll song swap. They'll tell the stories behind the songs. They'll talk about their career, their tour schedule, all of that good stuff where you get a good introduction to them. Well, then the recorded section of this show is over, and we are going to get out my guitar, and I'm going to play songs with them that we can't play on the radio, because of copyright law and all that good stuff. We can do covers. We can do Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard. We can do excerpts from the Cindy Cochran Show and stuff like that.
There you go. What a winning show you're going to have. That's going to be fun, and it will be when you get it started. It'll be on Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
Yes, and the next episode we're going to record will be June 14th at Game On, and then after that it will be June 28th. You can come see us live at Game On Sports Bar.
That is great. Now your young guns?
Hired guns.
I knew there was something about guns.
Yeah, the young guns are a cook-off team at the county fair.
That's it. Okay, your hired guns. I love that. The hired guns are y'all still together? You're still?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I know things change around, and I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, we've actually got a single out to radio right now. It's number 62 on the Texas Regional Radio Report. I'm hoping it moves up a little higher.
Yeah.
Hoping to get in that top 50.
Now, how do you get it to move up? Is it just requests for that song to be played, or is it just the people like it?
It is a number of spins that it gets in.
The number of spins
on reporting radio stations. So,
okay.
Every station that reports to this chart sends in a report every week of how many times they've spun each song.
Yeah.
I'm getting spun on 25% of the stations that play Texas music, and we are, like I said, number 62 of all of those stations, of all of those songs right now. Right.
Well, see, that's what I mean. It's a lot of people don't understand, and when I had anything to do with radio stations back in the day, the big deal was the pay for play type of thing, and how horrible that was. So I think people just kind of assumed that's how you got your record played, was how many times you got paid to play that record, and so that got kind of stomped on, right? That went away.
It's illegal to do pay for play. If it was easy, It's that easy, I'd just write a check and my single would go to number 1.
There you go. That's all you. But see, this way it's the people's choice. It's that they ask for it, or that the people running the station go like, "We like this guy. We want this guy on there." Now, have you ever tried for any of the big shows like Voice or I don't know?
Yes, I've tried out for The Voice and for America's Got Talent.
You have. Now, what was that process like?
It's pretty simple. You stand in line, and then you go in and talk to some people in a small room.
And then do you have to play there for them, or do you then go play?
You play for them or sing for them, and they say, "Well, thank you for coming," or
"Don't call us."
Or they say, "You stay. We're going to talk to you for a second." And they send you to another round of you stand in front of some people and sing.
Did you get the feeling that they were looking for really strange, outrageous acts because they already have the ones that are going to be on the show done? Now they need some fun stuff.
No, they seem to be looking for something that will have that it factor, the one that'll be the $1 million act, and they want that because that's a ratings nab. But yeah, I've seen some folks get voted through just because they go, "This is interesting."
Okay. See,
that was on America's Got Talent. There was this guy that played with rattlesnakes that got voted through on there. I thought that was awesome.
What a talent! What a talent! And represents Texas so well. Well, I think that's what's it's so discouraging. These people go and they stand these humongous lines and for hours and hours and hours, and then when they get there, did you see what you had to sign away to be able to?
Yes.
To be on the show?
I'm one of the few that actually read this thing, and it said if you're selected, they pretty much own everything you do, and you cannot profit off of your own of your own music, your own performances, and all of that stuff belongs to them. You're not allowed to rebroadcast it. If you have, if you're on their show, you can't send this to venues and say, "Look, I was this guy," because they own that footage.
Right? They own they totally own everything. And if whatever you write,
they own you if you win.
And they own your publishing. They don't allow you publishing or anything. I mean, they have got that locked. And those kids are so excited about being on. They're gonna sign this stuff. And then if they actually won, would they have won because of what they're going to do to them? It's just like it's hard to break away from them. Totally. So
you notice a lot of them disappear after about the first year or two. I mean, they're hot right when they first win, but they usually don't have more than 2 or 3 singles that do any good. Yeah,
Kelly Clarkson has been kind of a phenomenal and then there's been Lambert. I think there's some other people maybe that used it. They went out and started music classes or something, but to be the big star that they had hoped to be from that, it doesn't seem like it panned out. It's just really hard to be a Beyonce and to be, the people that have this Taylor Swift type of.
It's a lot of independent marketing. Taylor Swift, regardless what you think of her music or her personality, it's very impressive. She did most of her stuff on her own.
Right.
She was the first one to really start using social media to promote herself, and she blew it away.
She's a smart lady, and she made that transfer over from country to pop.
She gained hundreds of thousands of fans while she was still 17, 16. And,
doesn't that really does bring it home. This kid, started out really young, but whoever her, mentor was or whatever, she was amazing. And I think that when you've talked about a lot of different people and how you're helping a lot of people, and we have a listener that wants to know, where do you go to hear live music? Where do you go to hear live music?
Where do I go? Mm-hmm. Well,
when you're off and you're not playing, if that ever is.
It depends on where I'm at the time.
Yeah.
If I'm around here, I like Do-Si-Do. That's a good venue. If we're down on the south side, that's hard to say. I like Moe's Place over in Katy. I like Firehouse down on the south side of Houston. And over on the other side, there's a new venue we play that's called Shooters over in Pasadena.
Now, when you go hear someone live...
That's like the new Gillies.
Oh, really? Shooters in Pasadena?
Yes.
Okay, but when you go hear somebody, when you go listen to someone, does that help you? Does that really, get you excited about, we got some really good, talented people out there. And I know you know that because a lot of them play in your band. And so you know them from that or other venues, but for you to go sit and relax and kick back and listen to somebody, does that help you to do that once in a while?
Well, I rarely get to do that now. I used to do it, and I felt like I ought to be taking notes, and then after it was done, I was like, man, I should be up there. Why am I sitting in the crowd taking notes? I'm such a loser. But
no, that's not true. But you know, a lot of performers do not go and watch live performances because they feel like they need to be up there.
And that's what I was going to say. I don't get too much anymore because, like I said, that means I'm not doing my job. If it's a Saturday night and I'm not booked somewhere, that means I haven't done my job booking. If it's a Friday night and I'm not booked somewhere, you know.
But right here in
really
Conroe,
need to be out making my money.
Right here in Conroe, where would you suggest somebody go hear some good live music? You know, and I'm saying aside from where you are.
Yeah, aside from where I'm playing a Game On Sports Bar June 24th.
See, Game On Sports Bar is okay. We're just going to give it to them. So everybody needs to go to Game On Sports Bar, June 24th, right? Okay. Boy, we get those Junes and Julys mixed up, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay, so June 24th, you're going to be there. And who's playing with you?
My guest will be Miles Williams.
Yeah.
And, well, we get the new guy.
Oh, that's right. You said you didn't want to say his name. That's right. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to drop his name.
Okay, so...
yet. It'll be released sometime this next week via social media. Check out Jerrod Sterret and the Hired Guns on Facebook and IRLoneStar.com.
Now tell him how it's spelled, Jerrod Sterret.
Oh, yeah, that's Jerrod, Jarrod, Sterret, Sterrett. And if you don't understand me because of my tongue-in-cheek Texas accent, it's Juliet Alpha Romeo Romeo Oscar Delta Sierra Tango Echo Romeo Romeo Echo Tango Tango.
You had me at Romeo, and that was it. That's all. That was it. No, so if they put in Jerr, your name's going to automatically pop up, right? Your name comes up, and then they click on it, right?
Oh, at one time, we had search engine optimized where if you misspelled my name, it would show up, but that's not a guarantee. I don't know. I haven't tried to misspell my name and see if it still works. For about the last 3 years, I haven't tried that.
You haven't.
But speaking of, I need to do that when we get off the air.
Yeah. See if you're the one that comes up. That I have been to his performances, and somehow it's just. He sits here and he talks real calm. This way, hey, how you doing? This look like okay, and he gets up there on stage and he is like crazy. He just goes crazy, and what an entertainer, what a performer you are. You are amazing, Jerrod. I will be right back. This is Cindy Cochran Show, and Jerrod, I've loved having you on here. You're so good.
Well, thank you, Cindy.
All right, see you in a minute.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Did you know your favorite show on Lone Star Community Radio are on social media? Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, you name it, they're on it. Check out where they are online on irlonestar.com/shows and see which of your favorite hosts are online. Make sure to follow them and see what is in store for the next broadcast. Follow Lone Star Community Radio on Twitter at IRLoneStar or Facebook with facebook.com/IRLoneStar.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And don't you forget it. That's right. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. And I just wanted to say that Dennis had Facebooked me again and said, nice work, enjoying the out of it. I know he thought I would say the word, but I'm not going to say the word, Dennis. You know, he'll put in a bad word, see if I'll read everything. So I'm trying to be transparent, read everything you say, like...
Dennis is enjoying the H-E double hockey sticks out of it.
Yes, yeah. He's just... but he likes you being on here, so thank you for being on here and giving Dennis something to listen to other than me ranting about politics. But
appreciate the compliment there, Dennis.
Thank you, Jerrod.
And Cindy.
Jerrod has been such a sweet, nice, loyal friend, talented friend of the show, so we're very happy that we can call him a friend and have his face posted up on the Wall of Fame in the studios of IRLoneStar.com. And we are looking so forward to when this show gets to go FM, and we finally have a date. And we have a secure date. This is so secure that we're announcing it in the papers. We're announcing it in the airplane will fly by with the date on it.
So are we allowed to say that on your air
We
yet?
can say it on the air.
We can say it right now.
Right now, together. 1, 2, 3.
July 18th.
Yes. So there you go. We've announced it's July 18th. We've had ups and downs, of course, of things, making sure things are ordered and all the electronic equipment. Hello, I can't even say it. Anyway, so all the equipment coming in, and of course, it's just it's just hard to get everybody together in their places, and things happen, and we've had weather and all that stuff. So, but we have a secure, firm date. It will be. You can get in your car and ride around and listen to us in the Montgomery County area, and we'll be putting out maps so that as soon as you're getting close to that thing, and your app on your phone starts beeping, beep 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 beep, go to me, and so you go to the app, and then you can listen to us on globally on LoneStar.com.
Or on the IR Lone Star app on your cell phone.
That's what I mean. So the
smartphone.
app. Now, when you just get the app to start beeping as you go out of the area, so it can tell you're getting ready to leave the FM area. Now, transfer over to
the
app. Yeah, so it'll be great. Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out before. Anyway. So you guys, listen. Not tomorrow. Monday, we have Lieutenant Bob Berry. Lieutenant Bob Berry, listen to this, Jerry. This is so cool. He's on every Monday. We talk about law and things that I've done wrong and how I've broken them and things like that to keep me in line. But we started.
He doesn't talk about that deadbeat musician he arrested, does he?
No, he loves you. Right. Is that the one you're talking about? So anyway, we have with us on Monday Deanie Harmon. Deanie Harmon is a 17-year veteran of undercover narcotics agent. She works for HPD. She worked for HPD for 17 years undercover. Now, that's a long time ago that she worked undercover as a narcotics agent, and that was just amazing that a woman was in that position. There weren't very many women at that time that were doing anything like that, and so she has great stories. But what we start doing on Mondays is a whodunit, and what Lieutenant Berry brings to us is out of the statute of limitations, real crime scenes that happened here in this area that he was part of the investigation, comes in and he lays out all the clues. He walks in the door. What does he see? We had a suicide homicide last 2 Mondays ago, and he talked about how he found where the woman was, where this man was, how far away the gun was from the man, and all that stuff, and the markings. And so we went through and we got to ask questions like we are the detectives, and it's so much fun. And so Deanie Harmon being here is she's like the expert that can ask the expert questions. But I had Samuel with me, my grandson, and myself, and we've watched enough Forensic File that we could almost keep up with them when they would talk in their code, their police code. But we love those kind of shows, and that's what we're bringing to you live on the air. And you can ask questions and say who you think did it through the Facebook page, which is we have the Cindy Cochran Show Facebook page. You can come on and ask questions, just like Dennis is so sweetly done. And Dennis is willing to have a parade July 18th. So he's saying, let's have a parade, yay! And so that's a good idea. I think we should do that. And blast, just big speakers out there blasting our sound. Because IR Lone Star carries a lot of different programming, and you need to search it out. You don't have to just stop at the Cindy Cochran Show. There are other shows. There's Hanging with the Haters and a lot of shows. And they got a jazz show. I'm really jazzed about the jazz show coming up that they're going to have.
And Montgomery County Live.
And Montgomery County Live is coming up. That's right. We got all of it. We got it all covered. We're going to have the jazz lady on because that's what I always loved. Thinking about the fact that I could be a jazz, singer, and then I thought, no, it can't be that. I'll be just a jazz disc jockey and just play the songs, and just lip sync them on the radio, and nobody could tell. But I think this lady's going to be great because she sounds just like she should be on a jazz show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is, she's got that voice, she's got that passion in her voice. So we're going to have her on and talk to her. And I think that if you guys ever want to Facebook me, tell me, suggest people for me to have on, you want to be on, tell me why you should be on, and you probably will ask me the same question. Well, where are you on? But anyway, we have a great lineup of people that come on the show, and so you just got to listen and watch for my Facebook page, and you'll be able to see who's coming on, what's happening, and all that. So go to the Cindy Cochran Show page, and all these shows that you missed, that now you're just discovering the Cindy Cochran Show, you can look up on YouTube. And that's where we have a great iPodcast. You go to irlonestar.com, iPodcast. No, you can hear the podcast. Not okay. Anyway, that's what it's called. If you listen to it, it's just YouTube. Go to YouTube and listen. Click on YouTube and search for the Cindy Cochran Show, and it's going to be right there for you. I don't have Jerrod. Jerrod used to sing our song for the Mark and Cindy show. And he did the theme song for, a couple of years. And so I haven't had one. I just have this music playing. That's all I have. Could you write one more song, Jerrod? Just come on. Just one more song.
I might just be able to write one for the Cindy Cochran Show.
Yeah, if you could do that. And don't tell Mark about it, okay? Okay. That'd be great. Listen, guys, you better have a great weekend this weekend because it's going to be horrible. No, I think Saturday is going to rain, but I think Saturday it stops raining eventually.
If you own a swimsuit, it'll be a great weekend.
No, on our boat. Make sure you have a boat handy. But try and have fun. Find things to do inside, and with the kids, you'll have fun. And the movies that are starting, you got Ninja Turtles up there, you got X-Men. So there's plenty of movies to go see and have fun with and get some popcorn. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Please enjoy your weekend because we are going to enjoy ours and have something to tell us, okay? Have something to talk about when you get back Monday. All right, guys, we out here, the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you, Jerrod, for being with us and sitting in.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schissler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schissler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.